Good morning, Jerry.
Hey, put me in, Coach. I'm hot. Come on.
Hey, there we go. How are you feeling?
Better than that. But,
Yeah.
Let's go with that this morning. That's early.
Absolutely. How are you feeling after 3-1? And just give us your overall thoughts on that win over Washington after having a few days to think about it.
Well, I'm just skipping along. I can't touch the ground. I'm really excited about for everyone what this team is doing, and I'm excited that it's what it's doing is sound. What it's doing is the basis of building a platform, if you will, for us to be working off of as we go forward this year. This is solid stuff. It is contributions. It's if you will, it's not even giant strides, but it's everybody playing at a degree of a higher level, and that's across the defense, across the offense. So all of that is really the healthy thing when you look at evolving and getting better as a team.
Did you see 3-1 after the 0-1 start and Dak got hurt?
No, I did not. We were the thought for me was let's just don't get eliminated from having a chance to compete as we go into the season, and certainly as we get closer to the playoff time. Let's don't eliminate ourselves, because hopefully we can get better. We do have help on the way. We do have people like Tyron Smith and players like that are going to be on the field. But logically, you can expect that as we get on into the season. But right now, we don't have them. That should be giving you a chance to build depth, or even better, build real solid count on play time. And so all of this is healthy for building a team. Of course, we know that can change in one play, because this game is about energy. It's about injury too, and it's about staying on the field. And so all of this is what makes this such a great game and such a great effort to try to get to the Super Bowl.
Jerry Jones right here with Shan and RJ, 105.3 The Fan. I'm going to give you just a fill in the blank because I don't want to put the words in your mouth. The Dallas Cowboys defense right now is what?
Well, I think we are I think you can count on us. I think when Coach makes a call out there, he can rely on his defense. That makes him more aggressive on offense. That makes him be able to do some things on third down that you might not have done. And boy, is that a great asset to have when you're trying to, you only get so many possessions during a halftime, or so many possessions during a game. So if you can maximize that, well, when you've got a defense like we have at your back, that lets you get a little more aggressive. And so I think we're benefiting from that.
Jerry, Trayvon Diggs caught a lot of heat in the offseason from, the analytical websites and my co-host. He's got all the interceptions, but he gives up big plays, too many yards. What did you think of Diggs' game the other day and the season he's having so far?
Well, I think the interception was I've never seen a play that can describe, without saying a word, what his great skill is. The ball is just as much his as it is the receivers when it gets in the air. That's something you've heard all your life about defensive secondary play. That ball is as much yours as it is the receivers when it gets in the air. He epitomizes that because he's got the skills. He can play the high points. He's got the ability, the instincts to track the ball. And he's not afraid mentally to use it and count on it. Call that confidence. You can call it whatever you want to. It's rare. and that's important.
Jerry, what makes Dan Quinn so special in your short time working with him and observing him? We were worried about replicating last year's defensive results, and we're like, Dan, go get a head coaching job while you can. You might not be able to follow up on last year, and he has. What stands out to you about him?
His work ethic, of course, work plus talent, work plus skill. His experience. His experience is really so impressive for the length of time he's been coaching. He's had a world of experience. I like to use it. I'll say it again. Who do you want in the foxhole with you? Well, you want someone that's been shot at. Well, but if you happen to have somebody really viable and they've been shot at and hit, then they are that much more a teammate in the huddle. That's Dan Quinn. He's been there. He's had some hard times. He's had some successful times. He's confident. He really does have a great feel for what this personnel can do, and he's maximizing it.
Jerry, how's Micah's health?
Good.
Is he banged
really
up at all?
As good as you want it to be. Period. And I'm not defensive about it. It's just good. He's young. He's in shape. He's getting a lot of reps. He's amazing, really, when you think of him after a ball game, the kind of energy he's expended out there, the numbers of plays, and the intensity that he plays with on every play. It's amazing, and his health is one of the amazing things.
Have they keyed on him differently the last couple of weeks?
Always. Always. I'm not so sure you can use the word differently, but are they keying on him? As much as any probably defensive player that's ever been on the field.
Is the Micah aspiration to be in the Aaron Donald discussion, or his goal to be even better? Is that a crazy thought?
Well, he's got as much of it internally, makeup, whatever you want to, however term you want to use. He's got as much football makeup as anybody I've ever been around, and he's got the talent to back it up, and he's getting it right before your eyes. He's getting so much repetition in doing it the right way, and he's getting it under fire, so to speak. You're seeing right before your eyes how he's getting better.
Jerry Jones right here with Shan and RJ on the Diamond Factory Hotline 105.3 The Fan. All right, the entire country is tuning in. They're waiting. All the media websites and the writers. What can you tell us this morning about Dak's hand?
Well, I know that it's better, and I know that he's going to go out there every day and make progress toward being able to grip the ball. I don't know that you could ask for better news, technically, physically, and how it's responding, how it's healing, so to speak. And so all of those things are on go, and I don't know that as we go bid by to each day, if considering the injury, considering the location of the injury, I don't know that you could make any more progress. And there's some things here about healing that, again, I often say only the man upstairs knows how that works.
Right.
But he'll have a big week, and he'll be hard on himself getting it ready to go.
Is he able
That's
to?
all I can say.
Is he able to grip the football now?
No, not well enough to play.
Is there a difference between how Cooper's playing versus how Dak played in 2016?
Well, I think that they played. They didn't beat us. They don't beat you with. They play within the design of the play, and they're good at it. they both are very, very intelligent and know the offense, know what the play and what it can do. So they certainly execute the plays well. And in Cooper's case, he's getting the most out of how the play is designed. And then I think you're seeing him, just like you did Dak, I think you're seeing Cooper execute and do things that he does really well. And that's what you see in Dak. Dak did it a little more with legs that first year and the year you're talking about than Cooper does. But Cooper can tuck it up and run as well. Mm-hmm. But the point is that both of them really, the comparable would be how well they know the offense, how hard they're working, and how good they are at executing that play. He's changing plays when he goes up to that line. He's getting them in the best shape to make a play. All of those things are similar.
Jerry, do you remember when you all made the decision that you weren't going back to Romo during that run, and how would that decision-making process apply here, if applicable? Well,
it was really different in that you had maybe as many as 9, 10, 11 games, and you really had a team on a long roll, and the team had evolved and gotten better and better. And so you had the big word of, boy, don't mess with something that's working as well as this. And, of course, the team was following Dak and as well as our fans. But the team was really into Dak. And so you really were changing momentum. And right now you're seeing it build after these 3 ball games, but you don't have the tenured success that you had when you made the decision about whether to go with Dak or Romo. But Romo was playing outstanding, though. He had practice. He was vintage Romo. And so it made it a head-scratcher because of how well Romo was healthy and he was playing outstanding. And, again, as I've mentioned so far, we took Dak into the playoffs with a top team. And all the other top teams had great, experienced, recognized quarterbacks, not quarterbacks in their rookie year. And so we were the only ones in the tournament with a quarterback in his rookie year. So it was something you had to give a lot of thought to.
So is there an amount of games or a record or a win streak that would change the plan this year?
No. I think we've, as I see it right today.
Jerry McCarthy yesterday said, we want to get Dak a full week of prep before we put him back out there. Besides gripping the football, what would that all include?
Well, it would include getting a lot of reps with the first unit. It can include going through practices and seeing serious, not serious, it's all serious, but just seeing what you deal with in your meetings during the week. You'd take that to the practice field and see it practiced on the practice field. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott may be the best that I've been around of taking what he gets in a game plan and a meetings and preparation in the meeting and taking it to the practice field. And then he may be the best that I've seen taken from the practice field into a game. That's the process that I'm sure Mike was referring to. We need to have that process before we have him in a ball game.
And based upon – oh, sorry, go ahead.
And eliminate the week's work and be ready to go, especially not a quarterback.
And based upon all of that, it would look like he would definitely miss this Rams game based on that. Would you say that?
Well again, we haven't. We're yesterday was the day off. And so my point is we're just starting the week. Let's see how the week goes.
Well, this all is a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah, there are no bright lines here, guys. You're looking for a bright line, rightfully so. And we all want it to add up. 1 and 1 is 2. But there's not a bright line here. But what you can't do is, because you've got an ambiguous line here as we deal with an evolving Dak, then at the same time you've got to be bright lined when it comes to getting rush ready.
Sure. Jerry Jones here on The Fan. This isn't really on the same subject, but Dak last week said something I love, Jerry, when we were talking about what could he possibly learn from rush. And he said, I have noticed how simple the game can be, and I can't wait to get back out there and apply that. And I love that he was willing to continue to learn and admit something like that. Have you talked to Dak about that, or what can you add to what that means in terms of what he's picked up while being out?
Well, I have not talked to Dak about that. I saw the same quote you saw, and that is vintage Dak Prescott. He is always, it seems like every day, all the way, finding more to help his team, help his game. That's his body language. That's the way he is, and he's continually knowing. And you can tell by being around him, he just knows there's a bunch out there that he needs to get that he doesn't know and that he can bring to the table. That's a big part of what you are when you're around Dak Prescott.
Jerry, one of the things we questioned, I thought the season was over when Tyron went down. And here you are. Steven came on the station. He goes, y'all wanted to address it. We drafted a left tackle. Are we talking about Tyler Smith enough in terms of giving him credit for the start to the season he's had?
Well, you are pointing it out. You're talking about him, and not too much, but you're putting an emphasis on it, and it should be there. It's very special, that rookie coming here from Tulsa and play the way he's playing. And that was a big challenge this weekend. That front of Washington's is a mess. And so you should be giving him the accolades that he's receiving. And, of course, the point is, and he would, he's getting better every snap. And that's what happens, and the coordination between him and the other guys, the other people that are in the offensive line, and, if you will, the running back and tight end, all of that is gaining on it. So we should, every time we get a game out of him, we just almost can watch him grow. And so, and he's got the talent.
Jerry, before we let you go, next opponent is the Rams. We liked what we saw last night, even though it was against another NFC team we know around here. Were you able to catch the game? And what were your thoughts on checking out L.A. against San Fran?
I watched the replays. I watched the game later, and I had some work to do during the game for the most part. But still, I watched the play later, and, of course, both those are the teams. I thought last year we had a chance to and could compete against those teams. We didn't get it done against San Francisco last year. I hope we get a chance to put this team up against them when it really counts in the playoffs. But those are two teams that you should watch. You should have your eye on them, because somehow we got to get by them to get where we want to go.
And then, Jerry, the Tolo question of the morning. This blew up last week. There was a report that the World Cup final is going to be at Jerry World in your house. Can you confirm that the biggest sporting event in the world will be hosted by your stadium in 2026?
No, I haven't had that confirmed. I can't confirm that at all. We certainly have our hat and our heart and our soul and everything we're about, and we would make the biggest effort that's ever been made to make that the best one that has ever been here. But that's a long-winded answer. I don't expect to hear during this time frame right now an affirmed that we've got it. I don't expect that. We're continuing to work, if you will, weekly and daily to do all the things that keep us right there in contention for it. But I have not received a confirmation on that.
Have you got an unofficial confirmation on that?
Other than we feel great that we're where it ought to be.
Jerry?
We really want to show that and be that, and we want to have the greatest World Cup that's been, and we'll walk across Texas to get it done.
Jerry, thank you so much. Greatness as always. Enjoy the week like the rest of us, and good luck on Sunday.
All right, guys, let's have a great day and week. Let's go.